back, everyone. What I realized what just happened there is the last time I played, I forgot to save the game, which is a nightmare. But luckily, I only lost the last about like 20 minutes or so. So I've just redid everything that you would have seen me do in the end of the last Let's Play. Other than I won the pinball game. I took the same 58 chance roll that I took at the end of the last one, and I won it, and Kim was very impressed, and I got an extra 5 experience. I thought there would be a bigger difference or whatever, but considering there wasn't, we're just going to roll on with this one. So all that being said, thank you for watching, and we're going to kick off, I'd say a couple hour run of Disco Elysium. So, let's go through this door. Or, no, we cannot go through the door. We just know that that is where the door is.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb. Latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
Well,
the maintenance card
the way I
on
came
the
down.
control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
This elevator must have been needed. Sorry, one sec. Hello, hello. Okay, I get him. Yeah, this elevator must have been needed to transport the pinball machines up and down.
Seems so, although it's pretty quaint for a freight elevator.
Last maintenance in 88?
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was maintained in the future?
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
Oh, wow. That's disappointing.
If some form of time travel becomes possible in the future, I doubt its inventors will use it to repair elevators in Martinez.
Let's close it and go up. I took it down, no problem. Now, before I go interview Klaasje, I think that's how you say the name, I'm going to look at this new thought that has entered my head. Oh, wait, there is no new thought? I thought I learned a new thought. Alright, well, that's disappointing. Oh, right, I can learn the precarious world. All red checks fail. Wow, okay. So, there's the footprints I checked last time. Now, quickly, I will address this outfit, as I will say, I don't think it's me. I don't think it's very my character. I love that pinball jacket I found earlier. I hope it's got some stats that I can use. 1+ empathy, 1+ hand-eye coordination. That sounds pretty good to me. We're going to go with that. And it looks pretty cool, especially with the bow tie. Maybe I'll keep my authority hat on, and, you know, I'll keep the rest of it like it is. I think the pinball jacket brings it all together. Okay, now I have a thought. The smell of cigarette smoke is in the air. Astra menthol. Well, that's what my character smokes, so brilliant. Like a handful of dried white wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Oh, I can pick them up. I can grab them. That's pretty good hand-eye.
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a maybell.
Beautiful. That's great.
The young woman looks at the maybell in your hand. Just a glance. Then takes a drag of her cigarette. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod.
Snap your finger pistols at him. I'm going to snap the finger pistols at him.
Your 9mm semi-automatic finger pistols produce a satisfying snap. Strange for such a low-caliber finger gun to sound so chunky. The flower in your other hand is impressed. So is Kim.
Wow.
That's not entirely true. The lieutenant is looking at the door to the east and mostly misses them.
That's fine. Alright, what's on here? Cold coffee in an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. I've never heard that term. Alright, time to interrogate. Let's see how this goes.
Welcome to the roof.
Miss Orange, disco dancer. The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other.
Her hair is still slick from the shower.
Me
Below
too.
her silvery
That's what
jumpsuit,
this is.
an athletic young body, built long and lean,
Not like me at all.
then toned over several years of self-defense training. You can sense it in the sharp pointing of her elbows.
Wow.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Is there a cleaning lady? I think I need one. Proceed politely.
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
Oh no. I pushed the cleaning lady to quit?
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentatious orchestrations I have seen in my life. And I have seen a few. Oh yeah. Life gets hard, but we go on.
How long do you think until the hard wears us down? Things are only getting easier for me. I'm a policeman. Imitate a siren. You ain't seen nothing yet. There's a karaoke stage downstairs. Well, that builds into how I'm going to sing karaoke later, so.
Wow.
Johnny Law's about to tear it up, sad style.
I assure you, he's not about to tear it up in any style. In fact,
No, come on, Ken.
miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult. No need to dilly-dally. She's tough.
I'll get straight to it. I want to sound like a namby-pamby.
Good on you, boy. She can take it.
What is your name, miss, for the record?
Klaasje Amondu.
Where are you from?
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
Where is Orange?
A bad memory, officer.
Bad memory of what?
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass. Duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. A night. At least it was for me.
Wow.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
How old are you? Let's guess in the chat. I'm gonna guess 26, 27.
I'm 28.
Fuck. Pretty close. What do you do, miss? What is your specialization?
Something stupid.
What's that?
Oranese lit.
Or
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
Wow. Back to you.
Back to me.
I studied Canadian Lit. I took a class for that, which feels equally as dumb. Can we take a look at your passport?
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Thanks, Kim.
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Wow.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
I'm pretty sure I have the legal right to demand your passport, miss.
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents.
Fair.
I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street. And I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
How do I know I got your real name?
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Klaasje Amondu. It's a weird name.
That's a decent point, actually.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Alright.
Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or
Let's
her
just-
movements.
Dig in on the Orange's lit. I want to see what she does with it.
Nothing. I
How do
do
you make-
nothing with it.
How do you make money then? Money is very important. In brackets, show her some money.
Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit.
Being what?
Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje 37.
She smiles.
Miss Aranye, now there is something you should linger on.
What is Miss Oranje 37?
It's a beauty pageant, held in the year of our century 37, in Oranje.
What's a beauty pageant?
It's a competition for stupid girls. Men look at them and choose the most beautiful.
Wow. What is beauty? Just
When
keep
you have
digging
a
it.
fewest deviations from the norm. I've been told it's a type of mediocrity that I possess.
So you were the most beautiful. Or is it you were the most stupid and mediocre? That's funny.
No. I was the most stupid and mediocre. And I got a crown and a sash and a scepter for it. And a scholarship to study Oranese lit.
Wow. Well, I guess we agree
I
beauty
would offer you
pageants are
coffee,
stupid.
but it's garbage. Literally tastes like poison.
That's it for the record.
The record. So official.
Nice room you've got here. They tell us you were raped. I mean, that's so aggressive. What is a wild flower? I'll ask her about the flower I just picked up.
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on contact.
She stabbed my petal to death.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught?
What's
Sambo style?
What's sambo?
A martial art, sir. Is that it?
Samurai boxing, or sambo, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth and cool.
Yeah, why was it there?
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer. Because of the wind?
Yeah, it's a pretty dumb interrogation. Alright, let's just get right to it. We're gonna have to ask it eventually. They tell us you were raped.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
It's already afternoon.
Is it?
Takes a look around. The spring sun is high in the sky. People pass below.
It is afternoon. Time flies, man.
So you weren't.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
Whoa.
By him, she must mean the victim.
The murder victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
She searches for the word, then shrugs. Rapeable.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Titus asked you to spice things up for us? What did happen between you and the victim? I want to make sure I got Titus under the gun, committing a crime here.
Pretty much.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
What did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
Partied, I've heard that before. What kind of partying? Point to your bloated face. Like the kind of thing I do?
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
Harder than this? Keep pointing to your face? I thought it was physically impossible.
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did
That's
you
true.
do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
Wow.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
Consensually?
Whoa. After so much drinking and drugs, how did they manage it?
That's a great question.
Untraditionally, officer.
She puts out her aster but lights another one with its end first. Chain smoking.
She's cold and strange. I'm not picking anything up here.
Were feelings involved?
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
All
How
right.
did you two meet?
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
It must have been hard for you, point to the yard, seeing him there. Yeah, 'cause she has a perfect view of this guy just hanging for a week. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A
Yikes.
bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Oh, did she call?
Yes,
Wow, the call reporting the hanging, that was you.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Wow, that's a day one quest just finished there.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Before we go on, if it's snitching, then why do it? Or, nah, the voice was disguised. How do you do that?
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it how?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
That's a good trick.
Which landline?
Oh, one sec.
The one downstairs, officer. I used the whirling landline.
That's some clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Seems like he had some idea. That was nifty.
Thanks.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
Why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
I believe that.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
Why did they hang him if not for rape? That's a great question.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
Maybe.
And his role in this strike was...
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Nah, it doesn't add up. What can you tell me? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe.
What?
I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about it. I don't know. Hair.
Alright.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
Why was there a bullet in his head? That's the question. And we know the window was replaced on the way out, so it probably came through that window.
Bullet?
There's
They shot him
silence.
too?
They shot him too?
I'm not picking up on any theatrecraft here, sir. The pause is sincere.
Wow.
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, so
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me and Sylvie, the bartender.
It's hard to know what to think about that answer.
I don't believe her is what I think. How do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now.
How'd you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
Well,
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
Oh,
I have.
which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Yikes. Her life is fucked. Are you sure you weren't raped? I hate to ask.
I'm 89% sure.
So you're not entirely sure.
You know how it is.
You do know how it is.
How is it then?
Maybe you don't know.
The ash lands on her jumpsuit. She brushes it off.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium, not raped, here.
No one deserves to be raped. Sexual assault is a serious matter. I need a serious statement from you. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I believe her, obviously, but it's weird.
She takes a long, hard drag off her cigarette, then stretches her neck. You hear cracking in her shoulders.
Thank you for telling us all of this, miss.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
Speak to the assault victim.
Wait a moment.
I had something else before we go, a little thing.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Let's talk more about the so-called assault.
Pretty much.
Warm. She must be very cold and exhausted.
Sure.
Whoops, I keep pressing A too quick.
The record.
Nice room you've got here.
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
You have quite the collection of drugs down there.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
She says without any discernible irony.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
Your comedy is nothing to be proud of, miss. It was quite impressive. How did you amass such a hoard?
With money, sir.
She takes a drag.
It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
You seem to have, among other things, Preptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Like what?
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
That's all as far as that
Very
goes, then.
funky.
That door there, did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator?
I did not. Mystery
Boom.
solved, then. I kept wondering where it led.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back.
It's an
Let's
old
make a
pinball.
mental note for now.
It's an old pinball workshop. The room back there. Your place used to be a pinball arcade.
Okay.
There were tracks
Glad
on the floor.
someone's had fun.
They're recent.
Huh.
She's straight as a stick. She feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dart to the door.
There's a peephole on the other side looking into your bedroom.
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
Yeah.
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
The lieutenant points to her window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass.
Okay. Do you think this is somehow connected to me?
It could be connected.
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape.
If it is recent, who do you think made it?
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know. I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there?
That's all for now.
Mm-hmm.
The window is new. This is where I think I'll get information.
It is.
She moves she moves slightly to your left to check her reflection in it.
An evasive maneuver. Ask a follow-up.
When was it changed? During your stay?
Yeah. I'm trying not to lie to you here. Stop making it hard.
Oh, then tell the truth.
The truth is, I'm a horrible girl. Windows break around me. It's not their fault.
Hey,
You hear the scribbling of the lieutenant's pen.
I know something about that.
Feels like success.
What are you doing at the Whirling Rags?
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months.
Why
Like
here?
here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Here in the Whirling.
Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez.
Alright, I'll try again.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Why in Martinez?
I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go.
You came to the right place. Yeah, you're too young to be a disco has-been, actually.
I'm really not. I'm
Alright,
How
I'm
long?
gonna try
about
again.
4 months. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Oh, Scouse Mouse, thanks, buddy. Appreciate the comment. Here in Revachol.
I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year.
Other
It's a
questions for you.
tourist thing. Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall
Oh,
and sparkling and draped in smoke.
fuck. 72. I gotta take the role. Let's do it.
Soft,
Yes.
light brown eyes
Come
look back at
on.
you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful. I have bad news for you.
What?
You know these guys?
What guys?
Who? Me? Yes, he's talking about you, you sinewy idiot. You too. Me? What have I done this time? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore.
What? Uh-oh. I knew something was off.
I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your part.
What is her plan?
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one he usually does says, nothing? Someone else was supposed to chime in, weren't they? And then they didn't. Just me swooshing around in here now. Swoosh. Huh? No, Mr. Conclusion. You're always kind of limited in your analytical abilities. That's not her fault. But still.
She's been lying to me, and my drama is not high enough to pick it up. So it makes me want to put my drama to 5, realize when I'm being lied to.
You can't. Nothing? Huh? There's no. All bullshit, man. I ain't compromised. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here.
My
fucking
inner
way.
voice is arguing.
I just want a drag of that sweet menthol Ziggy.
Okay, I hear you there.
Really? Quick. Tell me what's under her jumpsuit. Glory. Truth. Softness. Protect her. She wants you.
Does this mean she's been lying to me?
Yes. Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is. She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct. And omissions too. A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. I don't add flair. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her.
Can I trust any of them ever again?
Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with Miss Orange Disco Dancer here.
So I can't trust my own inner senses about this particular woman.
A light green speck and imperfection on the outer rim of her right iris. It sparkles.
Well, I've been talking to myself long enough.
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds.
Miss, are
You've
you
got
manipulating me? Just yell it at her?
The silence broken. She exhales a little cloud of smoke and says,
God, no.
I need to talk about your room again.
Yeah?
What are you doing in the
I'm-
Whirling
How
Rags?
long?
I've gone through all
About
this.
4 months. Funky
Understood.
town. Alright. Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m. drinking coffee, most likely.
Alright. So I'll have to come back to her. Let's not talk in front of her. Every time I play this game, I have different outcomes. I have a different character at the end. I mean, the base points in the story are always the same, but the character you create, which is always the most fun part, is always different. Let's talk to Kim. I don't know how we felt about the interrogation I just did. I feel like I did a pretty thorough one, but we'll see what Kim has to say about it.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
Think this will make him cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Say in a hushed voice, why did she tell us all that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure. She had to lie. I wouldn't have known. I have reason to doubt my ability to see through her lies. That's true.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
I know she's manipulative.
So you said to her, what did you mean by it?
She has half my skill set compromised singing her tune. My assessments of her are untrustworthy.
She seems forthcoming to me. Unusually so. Being forthcoming with some things is a good way to obscure other things. But I wouldn't call myself compromised.
Perhaps that's because you are?
I am not easily swayed by young women. But on the other hand, the best liars are candid. And she was candid.
The
That's
lieutenant
true.
seems oddly sure he is not compromised. Not psychologically, at least. Is it hubris?
No.
Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back soon enough.
Okay. So, I have to talk to the Hardys. God damn it, let me pick the steps. This fucking game sometimes. They're there. So I gotta talk to the Hardys. I know I gotta go to talk to one of the homeless guys that I met in the last run through. And that's about the only thing I think I have on tap. There might be something else I'm missing. I'll check my quest booklet if it comes to that. I also want to find a couple bullets for my gun. I know there are bullets somewhere in this game. Oh, and karaoke, sorry. When it gets to the evening, I need to sing karaoke. Which feels like sort of my real life mantra right now, too. I think tonight I should find some karaoke. But for now, let's have one last talk
It's you
with
again.
this scumbag. Hopefully one
What
last
is it?
talk. Let's go over the rape victim again. Or Klaasje says she wasn't raped. Boom.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Wow.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Yes, he did. He said
Oh,
both those
shut
things.
up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
Whoa.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down. And she doesn't fucking trust you.
Ah.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type.
Crazy?
She's
What are you
fucked up.
talking about? Yeah, she's very lucid. Cut the bullshit.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
Oh, wow. We're gonna fight?
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Whoa. Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody. Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists down.
Yeah.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
Whoa. She's just speaking outside the room here, weirdly.
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Whoa.
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Alright, I'll listen to it.
Don't forget your tape, lawman.
Could be all
Compliments of
evidence.
Titus Hardy.
Fine, I'll
You
listen
do
to it.
that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
I mean, you could have just tortured him into saying whatever, so it doesn't really mean anything. That's the inner cop in me. I wonder if she has anything else new to say now
I've
that...
got nothing to say to you. Why?
Alright, okay. I guess not. Question Klaasje about the dead man become a man of plenty. Right, the personal brand strategist. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I do want to find Egghead's jam, help make it more hardcore. Find the murder weapon. Hopefully not mine. What's that too? Sing karaoke. Alright, singing karaoke is my oldest task, and I think tonight's the night. Alright. Where should I head first? I don't know. Across the bridge. So things are only getting more and more complicated when it comes to the murder. I mean, when people talk about just killing the guy outright immediately, it's sort of like, nah, you can't trust them because now they're all involved in Klaasje. Titus says he slept with her. A bunch of the Hardy Boys have slept with her. It's like, who's to say they aren't fucking weirdos? And then in the meantime, I have my net worth down at the bottom right there. I don't know what to do with it, but apparently I'm like just absurdly rich. I bought the most expensive item in the game as far as I know last run through with only a 20th of it, so I think they're over here. I always get lost. Yeah, Scouse Mouse, I'm watching along. You gotta fire this up at some point. The run-throughs are so completely different. It's awesome. God damn it! They're the other way around. I know I complained about it the last time at this exact spot, so I won't do it again. Maybe eventually it is my fault for not remembering. But let's have a conversation with the Doom Spiral guy.
Tequila Sunset.
He nods in appreciation at the name. And he's already got my brand covered, Tequila Sunset. So alright, do you know any personal brand strategies? I need to start building my image.
Things have really turned around for you, haven't they? You've got big money problems now.
He looks back at you, eyes gleaming.
Don't be shy, Tequila. Of course I'll do it. I'm your man.
No, you've misunderstood me. I want you to recommend a personal brand strategist, not to become one. I don't know, he'd be a pretty good personal brand strategist. I mean, I'll see what he says here. If he puts himself forward, that's the kind of guy I want.
Tequila. You don't know what you're missing out on. Those other guys, they'll just steal your money while providing meager service.
That's fair.
Now, me, on the other hand, I only provide very high-concept ideas. And as I already understand your needs, I can marry them with your brand easily. I'll help you make your mark.
Great can-do attitude. A billion real mindset. Clinically insane energy. Hire him on the spot.
I agree. That's what I asked for. I wanted that can-do attitude.
No, Tequila, no. I'm a professional,
Jesus.
you see? I insist that you give me a formal interview. It wouldn't be fair on the other candidates if you didn't.
I wonder when Kim's gonna step in hating this.
What do you need to know?
He doesn't exactly come across as responsible. Are you sure you can trust him with your entire fortune? Grill him a bit. See how he performs under pressure.
How does your drinking impact your work performance?
Drinking is the fuel to my fire. Moistens me up to ensure the high concepts have a smooth landing.
He tries taking another sip from the bottle, but misses and pours some of its contents in his collar.
Ah,
Shit.
He
Ah!
could definitely work more on his hand-eye coordination.
Alright, give me your best pitch.
okay. Let me get a sip first.
He manages to down half a bottle, then sits up straight, a hazy but oddly determined stare in his eyes. His fingers shoot up.
You see, net worth means nothing to the people of Martinez. Nada. Null. For them to see your wealth, to really respect that, you need to convert it into something real, something tangible. The bigger the better.
He peers into his bottle for inspiration. I could say, what are you talking about? I'm the hottest shit in town. I'm as real as it gets. There's nothing more real than the end of everything. Never get a grasp of the idea of economic. I'm gonna say the first one.
The Horseback Monument. That's the center of the district. They'd have to pay attention to that. We could get your name up there in lights. Damn thing's due for a reconceptualization anyway.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're aware that monument is supposed to look like it's exploding. It doesn't need renovating.
I didn't say renovating. I said reconceptualization. It's medium concept shit is what it is.
I love it. I love where this guy's coming from.
But what would it cost?
How much is that going to cost me?
Nothing up front. That's because I always put the client first. My cut'll come out of the back end, after we've made you a sensation.
That's tough to argue with. That sounds great.
We really haven't got time for this. In case you've forgotten, we are supposed to be investigating a murder.
And forget about contractors and the like. This job I'm handling personally. Concept and execution. Any unexpected expenses we'll take care of later. Can't let price compromise the work. Easy.
Hired.
That's it. I'm back.
Easy.
Sorry about that, my friend. This isn't about me. This is about you. Of course. A chance for you to give back to the community, to get your brand out there, to teach them your name.
He spreads his hands across the sky. I love this guy, by the way. He sounds like someone, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
I can already see it. Tequila sunset, spelled out in cathode rays, luminous against the evening sky. There won't be a single kid in this town who doesn't know who you are.
I could tell him to cut down on the booze, but then who am I to say that? When can you start working?
Give me half an hour, my friend. In fact, I demand you to sit down here and not move until I'm back. Open a beer. Chat with your old pals.
All right.
The lieutenant massages his temples and looks down at the ground.
Relax.
Kim is just upset with this
I see
decision.
you both running around like maniacs, just back and forth, back and forth. Gotta live a little. Enjoy the sun.
He turns his swollen nose to face the sun, cheeks ruddy from the biting wind.
I don't think I'll have time. Sure, no, let's kill half an hour. Come on.
Exactly. Just give me a minute or two.
This is day 4 of Disco Elysium. You can hear the booze in his bottle just sloshing around.
Before you know it, the man has put down the bottle, stood up, and left. Minutes pass. The clouds change shape up in the sky. You chat a bit with old Rosemary.
Oh, what's he got to say?
Then, try to strike up a conversation with Don't Call Abigail about something other than Abigail. To no avail. It's all about Abigail. The lieutenant sits silent the entire time, preferring to focus on his notebook. After what feels like ages, you hear the fence creaking as if under a large weight. Look at him. Just look at him.
He rules. I hope he doesn't break the fence here. I'm liking Doom Spiral Guy more and more. Wow. Commenter loving the track pants. Yeah, I do too. I wonder if I could snag those.
It's Idiot Doom Spyro. He's back, like a beast made of jaundice and fetid polypropylene. He returns locked in stiff combat with a most fearsome foe.
What is that? Here he is, the man of the hour.
I know. Ran into some problems there. Material shortages and the like. But don't worry. Genius thrives under constraints. That's why you pay for the best.
He points at himself, proud and happy.
He seems even more drunk than before. He can't even walk straight. How did he write your name in cathode rays?
You seem a bit drunk. You sure you're happy with your work? No, I'm not going to judge this guy. He's not drinking on a Saturday.
Yes, whenever you're ready. And I don't think you ever will be.
He pauses to pick up his bottle.
Just head on over to the Horseback Monument. You'll see. World's gonna know about you, me, and the shiny numbers in our bank account.
The lieutenant closes his notebook and nods at you, ready to go.
I think Kim is expecting the worst.
If there's anything else your old friend can do for you, let me know.
He takes a mouthful of beer, swishing it around in his mouth like some kind of sommelier. What do you guys do around here? You seem like you're characterized. Alright, yeah, I'm out of here. Wow. Well, I feel like, there's only one place I can go from here. And that is see the monument. Luckily, I'm right near one of the 3 fast-track locations you have to be at in this game to travel anywhere. The Martinez waterfront. Let's check it out. I'm so curious to see what he put up here. I love that you can hear the cigarette when you pass by a guy smoking. It's a nice touch. Can I not get across this way? Is it blocked? No. Okay. I'll go around the long way. Gives me time to pass by the racist lorry driver. Any new conversation with the racist lorry driver?
Looking for something?
No. I feel like you have to check with characters because sometimes when events pass on the main story, new conversation clips will come up. Alright. What do we got here?
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. It is surrounded by scaffolding that has been haphazardly erected around it.
Examine the scaffolding.
A matrix of metal tubes and wooden planks jut out at odd angles. A miserable tarpaulin covers up the horse and rider, flapping in the cold coastal air. There are no lights that spell out your name. No workers with calloused hands leering from above. Just construction materials displayed as if to mourn your misplaced dreams.
Wow.
That son of a bitch scammed you. Probably to make fun of you.
No, I mean, he didn't take any of my money.
This is not what that personal brand strategist of yours promised. No one even knows that you're paying for this reconceptualization. Go and have a word with him. Find out what's going on. The old king looks defiantly to the west, wrapped in makeshift scaffold.
Before I try encyclopedia here, I just realized my character is woefully sober for how I've been liking to play this game lately. So, chug a beer, have a smoke. It's Saturday, feel free to do it along with him. And then, while I'm at it, just to get all my buffs going, take the beer out of his hand, throw back some speed. Speed and cigarettes, what a combo. I feel like YouTube's gonna put like a drug warning on this video when they watch just how I've been playing with my character. So now with the...
An old monument stands in the middle of...
I forgot. I don't really care that much, but just because I know I have sunglasses that give you 2 encyclopedia. That'll probably make this a lock.
An old monument stands in the middle of
83%.
the traffic island. It is surrounded by scaffolding. The more you ask yourself, the less you know. One thing is for certain, though. Your brain damage. It's serious and permanent.
I fail with a 17% check? Wow. That one hurts. But what can you do? I said I didn't care anyways. Now I have to go back to Doom Spiral guy. Sort of wrap up, put a little bow on this chapter. What's that thought? There you go. 3 T's, how idiomatic. Don't know what that means. Don't know where he saw 3 T's. Travel again, back to the fisherman's shacks. Whoa, again, one of which is free because of this old lady. Thank you so much for the house. Go back to Doom Spiral guy and give him some shit. What happened with the billboard?
Tequila Sunset.
I checked out the horseback monument, dude.
No one does it better than me, eh? I was able to get it all together, and so fast, too. No wonder I used to be an industry leader.
But don't know what he's talking about.
Listen, I can feel it in my guts. A bright future awaits you. The one and only Tequila Sunset. You're already building great brand equity. No doubt the profits will come rolling in shortly.
This little weasel still isn't owning up to ripping you off.
That's it? Just a bunch of scaffolding? I know you're trying to rip me off. I'm going to take a threatening step forward. No, I don't know. Maybe there's something underneath the scaffolding.
Of course not. Your trademark will be all over it as soon as the workers can get to it. The strike's holding them up. Not much I can do about that.
He shrugs, then takes a swig from the bottle.
I guarantee the papers will pick it up once it's all finished. With photos and everything. You'll be the talk of the town. Investing into the community, creating value, giving back.
I trust him. I'm gonna go with Doom Spiral guy.
Don't spend a single brain cell worrying about it. Just leave it all to me. The final outcome will be spectacular. Just takes a little time.
All right.
Anything else?
So, I basically have to wait until the strike is over, which is like a big main part of the game. Damn, that sort of sucks. I thought I'd be able to do more with my net worth. my massive net worth that doesn't really mean anything. Check out the old fisherman's shack. Nothing in here still. How could there not be? When I'll never forget when I figured that out. When I got this shack, it told me check under the floorboards. Does this put up my motorix? It does. Let's try a different drug. Put up the perception once more. Even higher. That was the drug I stole from Klaasje. What is this?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven face. You're still not accustomed to it.
I have a 17% chance of passing this, which is what I just lost by, so I might as well give it a roll.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not how gambling works. God damn it. The shack music is so sad compared to the rest of it. Once again, Kim just waits for me in the garage. Alright, well, what do I have left to do here? I mean, there's the cryptozoologist. Of course, there's some karaoke at the end of the day. I did see a couple of my items were more interactable. We'll see what we can do here. A magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via a de-encryption station. Not a good omen. Requires a boombox to play. Luckily, I have one.
The portal reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader.
Let's play it.
You push command set, and the tape starts spinning.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Another loud screech, some kind of machinery.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalsund crane.
Wow, Kim, on the ball here.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens, too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally.
Alright.
I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
Jesus.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your portal reel. The tape stops spinning.
Who's this Corty?
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his?
Bad news.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
I agree. He also sounded inebriated.
Still.
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
What's that at the end? Very end. Silence?
End of recording.
What's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Oh, Jesus. You think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoi is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter.
A symbol
Pretty
of
rough.
soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Okay, then what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for Klaasje, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Right. I gotta have this deeper conversation with Klaasje now. I feel so bad. This is the flower I found on her apartment. Or not apartment, sorry, her hotel room.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
What is this, Kim?
This is the Insulindian lily, called Mabel's or Lucille's tears during the revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
Who pinned them? Which side? Does this flower blossom in early spring? That's a good question.
Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved.
Right, so she did put them there. Is it a coincidence being on the roof?
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
What is this revolution?
A big political and military conflict. Ask around or buy a book.
Well, he seems annoyed by the question. Who pinned them?
The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too.
Alright.
It's about girls and boys more than sight. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the Civil War.
Very well, put the flowers back in your pocket.
The petals feel dry and fragile in your hand. Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides for warmth, but there is none.
Blow on your fingers.
Inland, above the Martinez distributary, the channel that brought wastewater from the silk mills of Jamrock, and then dead bodies during the war. The wrinkled fingers of an old man crush flower petals, then sprinkle them in the stream like white salt.
Alright. Not much else to do here. I could read that Dick Mullen book, but I think I'm going to do that when I need to pass time, whereas I could just go interrogate Klaasje. And then maybe I can, like, wind down this Saturday episode with that, because this isn't going to be a very long one. I'm just probably going to head out soon. You doing anything tonight, Scouse Mouse? Headed anywhere? Cross over here, see if... A lot of the times when you check out new areas, day off work, hell yeah, nothing like it. Play Dota and chill. That's the best. Yeah, man, I had a short shift. Figured I'd squeeze one of these in. And then head out into the night. I haven't talked to this guy in a while. I do have some cash. See if I can buy some of his expensive shit yet.
Keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
If he really wants to save the economy, he'd let you pay with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can.
No, Scousman's asking if I'm gigging tonight. I am not gigging. It's a night off, a full night off.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Save the economy? What are you talking about?
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
What exactly? Why does the economy need saving, buddy?
Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
No, I want to... It's just nature. Powerful economies expand, weak economies go extinct. That's it. Ultra... I forget what it is.
I can't
liberal.
Go extinct, officer. I've got kids to feed. Once an economy goes...
You find your hands deep in the box.
Economical, but also...
There's nothing. Nothing in the box that he has. He's just chatting shit.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Wow, those are the best speakers ever. Sneakers, not speakers.
A pair of found ultra dedicated.
Those sneakers, mister.
Only
50 real is so expensive. But I imagine those are the best shoes in the game.
Shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
I'm gonna try to find some cool sunglasses in here, but again, 17%. The odds have not been on my side.
No luck.
Oh!
Why would they?
At least it might actually offer some protection against the sun. Not like...
You don't like it?
No, I don't want a visor.
Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
An amphibian sports visor. It looks like a frog, actually. Maybe I will get it. Fuck it.
Sporty and practical, officer.
I've been needing to get rid of this hat that gives me authority, because who gives a fuck about authority? And I've been wanting my perception up specifically, because I'm pretty sure that's what makes me find a bullet in the shack that I've been staying in. How high is my perception? Perception is at a 10. It can almost not be any higher. I'm gonna put it up at my next level up, and then we'll go to my shack later and see if I can find that floorboard. Plus, the visor looks sick. Let's be honest. That green visor, I would wear that in real life. I'm gonna finish the investigation with Klaasje. And then maybe take it from there. By the way, what's in here? Why can't I get in here? It's gotta be the door in the back of my room, right? I forget what the test is on that. Damn it. It's just, I need a key that I don't have. Yeah, he does look like an old-timey accountant. A Gestapo accountant, says Scousemos. I love it. It's rare the outfits go together. When they do, you gotta really do a specific kind of build in this game, and I don't know. I like spreading it out. And I also like dressing just based on what looks funniest. Alright, this is the interrogation that counts.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. Wow.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
That is rough.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
That's fair. She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Churches his brow. Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohoi. Chohoi was mentioned. Kohoi?
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why say things like that? Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his,
coping mechanism.
running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that.
Oh, his name's Lely.
He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
You like this kind of stuff? And you spend time with this person romantically?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? In Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being.
Wow.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee.
Okay. I do want to get all the information. I thought this was going to be my final chat. Because eventually with Klaasje you have a final chat and then it becomes fucking very important what you say to her. And the decisions you make. But I forgot this back and forth that I'm going to have with her and Titus Hardy. Luckily I've got all the buffs in the world right now. Wait, what was that? Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. I imagine I was meant to see that day one. Before I knew I was amnesiac. Amnesic? Alright, Titus.
It's you again. What is it?
So I talked to Klaasje about the tape.
And?
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens. Jaw sets. Ready for another blow.
And nothing. She stands by what she said.
That fucking fucker.
He stares at his beer.
Worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Huh.
You smell weakness. He's getting tired of the game he's been playing.
Yeah, he's falling apart here.
You caught him off balance. Push, and he would give way.
Gold, it was just locker room talk. It's not evidence. I wonder if that's a Donald Trump reference. It was dark stuff, but didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind. That's the right response, I think.
Dark. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her.
He shakes his head in disbelief.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
Yeah, sounds that way.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
She did not say whoop-de-doo.
I can confirm that.
Okay.
I see what you're doing there. Let's push him.
Yeah.
She didn't? Well, whoop-de-doo then.
It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic. Oh, that's twisting the knife a bit.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore.
Wow, so I think Titus was in love with her. He's convinced it was rape to sort of ease his own ego.
Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Whereas really, he's crazy.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Her voice is a bit softer than earlier.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
Titus rubs his chin with his palm, as if trying to grind it smooth.
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
I think this is personal for you. I think you had feelings for her. I think that's true.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump, hard fist, or anything.
That's alright, Glenn. I just thought, Chief. I thought anyone would come around if they heard that shit. Apparently I was wrong.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
He smiles sympathetically.
You wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic, or else you might antagonize him.
Okay.
I just got to.
That's interesting.
Big man lost his shit. It's cool now.
Maybe she isn't who you thought she was.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
Titus, she has my whole skill set compromised. She's some kind of pro. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because I think it's true.
What kind of pro? Y'all saying she's a hooker?
He forces himself to pick up the beer and take a gulp.
No, he's not saying that. Forget about it.
Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent.
Sounds like bullshit.
They're confused. This is growing over their heads.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs.
That's
Next
not
time
nice.
you see her, tell her Titus said,
Fuck off!
He throws his beer can down.
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
I don't know. There's a silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
I like them giving Gart shit, to be honest.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Wow. Convinced Titus he is being manipulated. Mentioned surreal play, strange reaction to bullet, Everett has to cooperate, uncompromised skill set known, understood why Titus is upset. Angus can't take the pressure. There's so much I have against him that even though my rhetoric is dog shit typically, I should be able to do this. But hey, I lost one earlier.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now.
Titus Hardy will never falter.
But you know someone who might.
One of his boys will.
Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker.
Let's
Just
go.
remember, it's about more than Klaasje. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility. Outside, in the midday sun, ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind.
That's it then, case closed. Look around. We're going home, Kim.
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Because you work for the wrong people.
Goddamn right. This is Union Town. You work for the company, we will kill you.
Fuck, Dennis. We don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company.
Work for the wrong company, and they execute you.
They hang you, shoot you, whatever. They don't even remember.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
Oh, Fat Angus.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed.
Wow.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Or what, you're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? Yeah, I'm gonna put the pressure on Big Fat Angus.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
He takes a breath, wheezing.
Shut up, Angus!
He was dead before you hanged him?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment.
The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
No kidding.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
He grabs his chest.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Oh wow, Elizabeth.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
She walks off without looking back.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
So you didn't kill him, he was already dead.
He nods.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Another nod.
Why?
Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Klaasje came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How'd you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
The rat-faced man snickers.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
He turns back to you.
That's okay with the fat man still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to.
What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs, the 8th Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
If Klaasje didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
Yeah, I told you she's not what she seems. She said special training for something shady.
Oh, you meant that kind of training, like a spy. Maybe. Kind of people who are after her. I guess she'd have to be.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
Wow.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
So who killed the Merc then?
Not yet. Just some ideas.
Alright.
She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
All my drugs have worn off during this talk. It's time to speed up a bit. I love just in the middle of the conversation. Oh wait, that's not speed. That's the drug I stole from Klaasje last run. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klaasje. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
He pauses to think.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
Wow.
He's calmed down, threw all that turmoil away, and became himself again.
whose idea was it for her to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Wow, so she's involved.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the
Oh, right. Earlier you said the girls asked for help. Was this other girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the missing 8th Hardy.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
Oh, fuck off, pal.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
Understood. Can you tell me anything about her? Name, location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klaasje you want to talk to.
I want to have a moment of celebration with Kim here. Kim, we did it.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Klaasje, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
you would still prefer we didn't take her away.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Final part of my Disco Elysium Let's Play. It's gotten darker and darker here. I am just in a dark room here on my own, but I only planned for this play to be about an hour to see if we get more viewers or whatnot. Clearly that's not worked, other than Scouse Mouse, by the way. Shout out, listener of the stream. If I see you in person, I'll buy you a beer. Because England is that size. But I got caught up in this whole, I'm between back and forth between Klaasje and the Hardys and back and forth, and now I really am dying to end this and sort of leave the stream on a good note and put a pin in it. What you got?
It's always good to see you.
This is the third time we're talking.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. Let's just lay it on her.
I understand.
She puts her coffee mug on the table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You sent us on a runaround.
I know. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. For all of this, for wasting your time.
Oh, man. I will give you some tips at the end of this, Ghost Mouse.
Why did you waste our time, then?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Not of the shit I'd gotten into.
It's not good enough.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern? Moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
That's convenient. I don't know. What happened here the night he died?
We were there.
She points
Together.
to the window.
In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass.
Oh.
I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
Damn. A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me.
Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
Damn.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Damn. I feel like she's being honest. Are you sure you're not just making this up? I could say that's a motherfucker. Just nod. We're gonna need more details. I'm being a real cop here.
She looks down with a wince. Her cigarette has singed her fingers. She throws it away.
Hey, we've all been there.
Proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Titus said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Yeah, looking for the full story here, miss.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What'd you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little.
Yikes.
He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby's the other girl.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
Oh.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
She says it as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Oh, fuck.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Found the 8th Hardy. How close am I to a level here? 75% of the way. Okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
That's a crime.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood
You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom.
Lely.
I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times.
Oh, so they put the armor back on him. Right, he died completely naked, banging. What a way to go.
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something.
This Ruby,
So
where is she now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Make Titus give up Ruby's location. God damn it, another conversation with
this
Titus.
Question to the Hardy Boys.
When it happened, did you hear the gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Did you kill Lily?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
Rage? Who knows the dark currents where lovers go? All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet drugs. It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
It's okay if you did it in self-defense. Who among us have been in love say they haven't thought about it? Desire drives people loco. Drugs were in... I don't really believe any of these. Desires drive people loco.
She simply shakes her head.
Right.
She has the training for it. You've known it since she first...
You have the training in it. I can see it in your posture, your shoulders.
The work I did, they don't just send you in with no training. Corporate security is a thing. But I'm not a trained sambal fighter. I've never needed it outside the gym.
I don't really want to accuse her.
Like what?
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast.
Which is an indicator of truth.
I don't think so. Why'd you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched.
Tuna.
Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud.
That shouldn't be funny, but...
I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravachol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
Perfect.
Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then? Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer.
When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it. I told you I'm a horrible girl. I told you things break around me.
And what did you do to get these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravachol. Or even in Oranje.
Wow.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again.
Wow.
With a bigger company.
She's a spy.
The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lou's doing County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scop conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou Scop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
That's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting...
She shakes her head at the thought.
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That just unlocked this question. Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone.
She looks at her cigarette.
So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
It probably didn't.
Or I don't know anything anymore.
She looks
All
at the
I do
table.
is wait here.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
I think it's time to conclude this huge interrogation.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
The lieutenant glances at you, then the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody.
This is the big question of the game.
Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
Drama, legendary. In God's name, wake up. Yeah, let's wake this guy up.
What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps.
The voices in your head get in that argument. And you know, I was regretting putting that point into drama earlier. But just realizing that role was coming up now, plus with my bow tie that gives me 2 drama, that made that really easy.
She probably
so I'm
didn't
happy.
give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately, before she further entangles you in her web of lie. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first. See?
Turn to the Lieutenant Kim. Why haven't we arrested her yet? I'll say, you know, I think you didn't make that call to the station. Your real name isn't Klaasje Amando. That's true. I don't think her real name is that.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Her voice cracks suddenly like there's a garrote around her neck.
Tighten it. You've got her.
All out of lies now, huh?
Okay. Yes. It's not. It's
Good, you can tell me the
your
truth.
Work every week. It's all transmitted to common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
She's not lying now. She really is very tired. Her metabolism is failing her. The afterglow of whatever narcotics she's been taking is wearing off.
Was the passport bullshit too? That passport that keeps you hidden?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Klaasje Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smit.
I'm gonna have to get that at the start of my next run through.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smit, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
Where is this buoy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there.
Fuck yeah.
I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now.
I know exactly where that is.
It's useless.
The wind rises, so do the hairs on your back. Somewhere west, small bubbles rise from a plastic ball floating in the water. Rusty, the color of oversteeped tea.
What's happening?
Long, spindly arms are spinning the buoy around, turning it, inspecting it like a magic 8-ball, trying to find a way to snap it open.
Nothing is useless.
West of the boardwalk in the reeds, we have to check this buoy out, accept the task.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here.
You're probably not even Miss Orange 37, are you?
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
That's fair.
Yes, they can, for lying.
Tell me a real name.
It's Katarzyna Klaasje.
Finally, we meet Katarina. I'll keep calling you. I'm just gonna keep calling her Miss Orange Disco Dancer.
You can call me whatever you want.
All right.
She nods, her back ready for the damage. She knows you're grilling her.
What if I told you you're under arrest?
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
She backs up against the railing with a forced smile on her face.
Failure to aid a police investigation.
Oh, man.
Fucking mind games. Enough.
Yeah.
That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now.
You're suspect in a murder investigation. You're a flight risk. This is all the reason I need.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Fuck it, I'm doing it. Because in my last run through, I did not.
Please no.
And you know what happened?
But there's nowhere to
She
go.
did fly.
A 2-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before. Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
Even though I don't think she did the murder.
I think I know who did it. I know who shot Leslie. You know it wasn't me. Why would I do it? I have no motive.
She knows something.
What do you know? Who shot him?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty.
Gonna take her drug.
In a hushed voice, she says,
Ruby.
Ruby? Why do you think it was her? She throws her friend under the bus here.
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
What she's saying is...
Sex?
Sex.
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Leslie, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
Wait. Everyone, just wait. What is this? Derail this whole thing immediately and investigate.
I don't understand. Ruby's a woman's name, right? It's a woman's name? Yeah, we know.
Yes.
Okay, now I understand, yes.
I do not. What exactly about your relationship with this person made you think she's romantically interested in you?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
And you led her on?
Lieutenant narrows his eyes.
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Sounds like she was fixated on you.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs.
Alright.
Somehow, she knew Leslie was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
That is a little strange. People don't usually keep things together under stress like that.
When Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
She looked through the window of her room.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Okay, that's... And how could she have killed him?
You said there was a secret route there, right?
That's true.
She could have come up through there, then taken this shot. Right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
No.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
They already said the gunshot was far away.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with...
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when,
No, you're thinking about the people, right? The one in the pinball workshop wall.
She would have seen us. My bed is right next to...
She's forgotten her cigarette in the ashtray.
You mean to suggest she made it?
No. No. Why would she do that to herself? No, I just remembered you told me about it, and...
She's not really sure. It was right above the bed. She could have seen all sorts of things from there. Don't let your imagination run wild here, sire.
That's it for Ruby.
Okay. And what? Arrest the liar now. Why? She told her, don't arrest her. Push her a bit more.
Then let her off.
Let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
I think we should take you in anyway.
Still? After all this, sir, please. It's a shitty world, and I know I'm shitty too. I know.
Her hand turns into a fist, slowly crushing the cigarette she's still holding.
But I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and ground into paste just because I disturbed the sanctity of accounting. That's some multinational.
She's gearing up for a last stand. This
Yeah.
is it.
I've made my choice. I don't want to hear the plea.
She looks at you in silence, her face filled with fear, lips parted.
Arrest her.
I will escort you to the motor carriage outside, miss.
With a muffled whimper, she extends her wrists. They're white, bony,
There's my last skill point
below
of the
rolled-up
day.
sleeves of her jumpsuit, waiting for your teeth and talons to cut into.
This won't be necessary. I will take you to Station 57 myself and slow the extradition process as much as I can. It may be possible to stall it indefinitely, but you will be safer there for the purposes of this investigation.
He turns to you.
I can do this on my own. She's not an immediate flight risk. See you tomorrow morning, officer. Downstairs at the Whirling in Rags. Or outside your shack.
Damn. There we go. So that's Kim leaving me at the end of this level. And it feels like a great place to put a pin in it. I got my autosave there. I have my level here that I'm going to use when I start playing the next time, I think. Thank you for watching Scousmouse, specifically watching live, and anyone who else is watching on YouTube here. Scousmouse, if you're thinking of playing this game, I mean, it's all about the decisions you make. I think the most interesting thing in this game is eventually you'll unlock your case file, and it shows you all the decisions you've made in the conversation on the far right. As far as like, it sort of gives you insight into the game, how the game views the conversation choices you're making. So, for example, I've talked myself into a superstar cop. I've also been a boring cop, which kills me as someone doing a stream. But then there's all sorts of different cops. I haven't even picked those options. And ditto with your political leaning. You can say communist stuff, fascist stuff, and eventually you'll adopt that ideology. Shit like that, I think is really great. It's really interesting. So yeah, I definitely play this game. I'm playing it for the second time all the way through, and it's been completely different so far. Didn't arrest Klaasje the first time, but she had to go this time. And thank you for watching, everyone. Follow my Instagram at FunnyJordanD, GOYLPod on Twitter. Listen to the Game of Your Life podcast every week, and we'll see you next time with even more Disco Elysium.